Most people who start taking protein seriously run into the same anxiety almost immediately: timing. They ask, I lifted at 6 p.m., do I need protein right after? Or, I trained this morning but didn't eat for a while, did I waste the workout? Or, if I don't get protein within 30 minutes, did I miss the anabolic window? That anxiety makes sense because fitness culture has repeated the same story for years. Lift weights, slam a shake, or you lose the benefit. It feels scientific because it's specific. It gives you a crisp rule. But the body doesn't work on a stopwatch. After resistance training, muscle protein synthesis rises and stays elevated for hours. It doesn't spike for 20 minutes and then slam shut. Training creates a long period where muscle tissue is more responsive to amino acids. So the question shouldn't be, did I get protein within a narrow window? The better question is, did I supply enough protein during the broader recovery window when my body can actually use it? For most people, most of the time, the main driver of results is not minute-by-minute timing. It's total protein intake and consistency across days and weeks. If your daily protein is too low, perfect timing won't save you. If your daily protein is adequate, imperfect timing usually won't hurt you. Where timing matters more is when you stack constraints together. For example, you train hard, you train fasted, and then you go many hours without protein afterward. In that case, you're delaying raw material during a period of increased demand. That doesn't erase the workout, but it can slow recovery and reduce the adaptation you get from the session. This is a gradient, not a trapdoor. A lot of anabolic window fear comes from mixing up two different goals. One goal is adequacy. Did my workout count? The other is optimization. Can I squeeze out the last few percent? Most people are in the first category, so the rule is simple. Eat protein reasonably close to training, before or after, and move on. If you want an easy framework, think in 3 layers. Layer 1 is the daily total. Hit that reliably and you get most of the benefit. Layer 2 is distribution. Don't let your whole day be low protein until dinner. Many people accidentally eat low protein at breakfast and lunch, then try to cram 80 to 100 grams at night. Even if the total number sometimes works out, the pattern creates long stretches with minimal amino acid availability. A simpler pattern is to get protein into at least 3 eating events most days. That gives your muscles multiple pulses of amino acids to work with instead of one big late-day catch-up. Layer 3 is convenience timing, placing one of those protein pulses somewhere near training, mainly so you don't accidentally create a long gap. Now, what about the post-workout shake? A shake isn't magic, it's convenience. It's an easy protein bridge when you can't or don't want a full meal. If it helps you hit your daily protein and makes recovery easier, use it. If you prefer real food or can't eat immediately, don't panic. Your body is still responsive for hours. Here's a practical decision rule. If you trained and you'll eat a solid protein serving within the next couple of hours, timing is not limiting your results. If you trained and you routinely go half a day without protein afterward, timing may be limiting recovery. Let's make that real with a few quick scenarios. Scenario 1, you lift at 6 p.m. and you normally eat dinner at 7:30. Dinner is your post-workout protein. You do not need to interrupt your life to drink a shake at 6:05. Scenario 2, you lift at 6 a.m. and don't eat until 10 or 11. That's where a small protein bridge, yogurt, eggs, milk, or a shake, can noticeably improve recovery simply because you're not delaying amino acids all morning. Scenario 3, you lift at lunch and you're not hungry afterward. Appetite often lags behind training. You can still do fine if your next normal meal is within a couple hours. The mistake is turning not hungry into no protein for the rest of the day. People also ask, should I eat protein before I train? If you ate a protein-containing meal within the previous few hours, those amino acids are still in circulation during training and recovery. So in many cases, you already did. You don't need a special pre-workout protein ritual unless it helps you be consistent. Another myth that fuels timing anxiety is the idea that the body can only absorb a small amount of protein at once, like 25 or 30 grams, and everything above that is wasted. Your body can digest and absorb far more than that. The real question isn't absorption, It's how you structure your day so muscle gets repeated signals over time. That's why distribution is useful. Not because bigger meals don't count, but because repeated protein feedings are easier to execute and often support training better. And what about protein before bed? Overnight is a long gap. If your daily protein is borderline, a small protein serving in the evening can help by reducing that gap. Again, it's not a magic trick, it's just distribution. Fewer long stretches with nothing coming in. If you're advanced, training with high volume or doing 2 sessions in a day, then timing can matter a bit more. Not because of a 30-minute window, but because you're repeatedly creating demand with less recovery time. In that context, having protein spaced reasonably across the day is simply good logistics. Finally, remember the mindset piece. When people believe in a narrow anabolic window, they start treating workouts as fragile. They feel like one scheduling hiccup ruins progress. That mindset makes consistency harder, and consistency is what drives results. So the takeaway is simple. Hit your daily protein target, spread it across the day. Make sure you don't create huge post-workout gaps by accident. Use a shake if it reduces friction. And stop worrying that a missed 30-minute window cancels your workout. In the next episode, we'll get concrete about how much protein per meal makes sense and how to distribute it in a way that's easy to execute. If you want a simple checklist, first, treat daily protein as the foundation. Second, build 3 protein anchors across the day. Third, place one of those anchors within a few hours of training. And fourth, only worry about tighter timing if you're training at high volume or you're consistently under-recovering. That's it. This is Protein Truth. Protein.